Alright guys, you know I was gone for a long time, so I feel like I owe you guys lots of videos. I didn't forget about you. I realize I've gotten a lot of new subscribers as well. I definitely keep up with those things, and I was happy to see that. Welcome to the channel. Hope you're liking what you see. And as you know, feel free to suggest any videos, any ideas you have below, or send me a message. So this is advice for hard gainers. And for those of you that don't know, hard gainers are those of us that have trouble gaining muscle, fat as well. Sometimes you may know them as an ectomorph as well. You know, people with high metabolism, they tend to be taller, lankier, and really do have a hard time putting on muscle mass and even fat. Just getting in those calories in order to, you know, be in a caloric surplus is difficult because their metabolisms are so fast. So I have a couple pieces of advice from someone who is not a hard gainer, so take it as you will. But I've actually been working out with a friend lately, and he is most certainly a hard gainer. So I've been doing a lot of research for him, trying to help him out. He wants me to help him put some muscle on his frame. And it's been working, and I'll share with you what I've been telling him to really help the muscle building. So I come up with a small little list here. So hitting body parts twice a week. You know, whatever split you want to do. Especially, this is good advice for a beginner as well. Hitting a body part twice a week. I personally don't like that split. As you guys know, I do, you know, one body part a day. I do a 5-day split. But hitting a body part twice a week, so that could be a push-pull legs split, an upper body, lower body split of some sort with rest days in between. You know, hitting your body parts twice a week can, you know, gives it just enough time to rest, making, you know, being that you're eating well and getting your 8 hours of sleep, very important. And the more you work out that body part, the more you stimulate that muscle, the more chance for protein synthesis, more chance for growth. Boom. So hitting a muscle twice a week can be very good if your body, if you're doing everything you can to recover from hitting that body part twice a week. Now, making sure you're eating enough. This is so simple, but I feel like it's actually a huge problem, and a lot of people don't want to hear it because they're like, oh, especially for an ectomorph or a hard gainer, they feel like they eat all the time. They eat so much, they're hungry all the time, but it seems like it's never enough, and it must not be because they're not gaining any weight. And it seems like they're eating a lot to them because, you know, they feel hunger pangs all the time and feel like they can eat, you know, pizza and crap all the time and never get any fatter, which is awesome. But a lot of the times they're not. And I know, using my friend as an example, I had him start counting his calories, which is annoying, but I had him do it on his phone for a little while at least. And he found out that he really wasn't getting as many calories as he thought he was. You know, he was eating a couple really big meals with some snacks every day, but it still wasn't enough. He needed something ridiculous, like 4,500 calories or something a day. So it can be a real wake-up call. And I think I've actually done a video on the importance, or you'd be surprised if you counted your calories. You'd be surprised that sometimes you're eating way more than you think, or you're not eating enough, depending on what your goals are. I would say, and you guys know that I love supplements, but I would say not to bother with mass gainers. There's nothing wrong with them if that's how you want to spend your money. I can't talk shit. Look at all these supplements I have. And there's more in my fucking pantry, which is over there. I can't talk shit. But mass gainers they appear to be cheaper than a big tub of protein. But actually, if you look on the ingredient label, there's actually very few servings. So on a typical tub of protein, a big 5-pound tub, you know, the scoop is small and it has like, you know, 60 or 70 servings per tub. Whereas a mass gainer might come in the same size tub, but the scoop is, you know, as big as this glass. Not really. And, you know, it requires multiple scoops to get, you know, the 600, 800, 1,000 calories that it's supposed to provide. And it's actually only got like, you know, 15 or 20 servings in the big tub. So the money doesn't really take you as far as you think. That being said, I would invest in a regular protein, you know, your typical protein with many servings, and make your own mass gainers. It takes a little bit more time, of course, but it will save you money, and who doesn't want to save money, right? So if you have a blender or something of the sort, you know, scoop in, you know, 1 or 2, 3 scoops of protein, oats, peanut butter, banana, you know, calories, putting calories in. And you may not want to hear this, it's kind of gross, something I suggested to my friend that I read many years ago, and that is adding olive oil, like a shot maybe, or a couple tablespoons of olive oil. Don't overdo it, of course, but it's pure fat. is as gross as it sounds, and you know, a lot of the times the flavor is drowned out by all of the other flavors that you're putting in, you know, by the peanut butter and the chocolate protein. But it adds calories fast. If you look on the back of an olive oil container, I think 1 tablespoon is like 120 calories or something. You know, put 1 or 2 tablespoons in and boom, the whole game has been changed. So gross, but you got to do what you got to do, I guess. Compound movements. Typical, easy one. A lot of people do them anyway, but do focus on compound movements. They recruit more, being compounds, they recruit more than one muscle group. They're very taxing on the body, but in a good way. So sticking with those deadlifts especially, bench press, squats, those heavy free weight exercises, bent over barbell rows, dips even, pull-ups, those really good exercises. You get a lot of bang for your buck, and it really, the weight that you can use on those types of exercises force your body to grow over time. And my last piece of advice, which kind of goes back to the mass gainer thing, is to try to drink your calories. You know, I would only give that kind of advice to a hard gainer. Just kind of, like I said, goes back to making those big mass gainer shakes. It can be really intimidating when you calculate your calories if you're a hard gainer and you have X amount of calories you have to meet. It can be really, really intimidating to eat, you know, 5,000 calories of chicken breast and broccoli and whatever if you're eating well. So, you know, having a 700 calorie shake, you know, because you have a couple scoops of protein and peanut butter and a banana and some, you know, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, you know, hey, it's much less intimidating to eat, you know, drink 20 ounces of that than eating God knows how much chicken breast and, you know, steak you'd have to eat to get those many calories. So that's my advice. Just some simple things. Let me know if you have any more questions, hard gainers or ectomorphs. You can do it. It can be done. It's not as easy, and it just takes some, you know, you have to be cognizant of what you're doing, how you're lifting, how you're recovering and resting, how you're training, how you're, you know, all of those things. So let me know if you have any more questions, and good luck.